This is an old GoPro 4. I bought it off eBay for just 60 quid. Now, it was designed predominantly for video, but it does do stills. So the question is, could I take some decent photos with just an old GoPro? So I'm out and about with my GoPro and we're going on this walk. Can we take some pictures? But look in front. Can you see that? Can you see that great shot there? Those two people in the back of the van there, that just looks such a cool picture. I can't resist asking if we can take a picture because it's going to be a really nice portrait. Is a GoPro going to be able to do it? Is it going to be able to take a picture for us? Let's have a look. Let's ask them. Well, there you go. That's the first picture. I've made it black and white, and you can see the lens is quite wide. This is actually on normal setting, but it's still, that door looks like it's coming out towards us. It looks like it's done on a wide lens. I don't think it's done a bad job of that. Let's continue the walk and see what else we can find. But initial thoughts, I am quite impressed. It's a nice portrait. I'm a little bit behind now. I'm going to have to catch up with the group. And we're here in Falmouth. We can see the whole harbour all the way round, walking round to Diffusus Point, and let's see if we can take some good pictures. Just around the corner we see this ship moored actually in the middle of the harbour there, and it's a nice dramatic black and white scene. It's underexposed a little bit so that I can bring some action out in the sky. And again, it's not done a bad job, but it was difficult to take because you're composing on that little tiny screen on the back and there's lots of reflections and it's almost impossible to see what's going on. You know, you can't focus, you've just got to assume the camera does a good job of the focusing. So that was the first difficult bit. Having said that, I'm not displeased with the results. I quite like that picture, so let's continue. And hey, the sun's out, so everything is good. It's all brightening up. Look at this. Now we've got the good old British summer. We've got the rain. And we're staying nice and dry, or as dry as we can stay. Anyway, you know, I haven't put the camera away because, you know, out on the sea, look, it's got all that sort of misty greyness. Can you see over the top of that? And the sailing boats are out there giving it a good go in the wind. So let's see if the GoPro can get a picture of that. I mean, obviously there's no zoom on it, so that's the big problem. And a zoom would make that mist even better. It would kind of exaggerate it. We haven't got that option. We've got normal and wide. The wide is 12 megapixel, the normal is 7 megapixel. So it's just cutting into the picture, that's all it's doing. But it doesn't mean that I don't have some of the distortion that the wide option gives. So let's see what we can do. Now the rain seems to have done us a bit of a favour because it's given us a nice picture. Look at those ships out there battling their way through that heavy shower. Again, this looks nice in black and white, and we're trying to dispel the myth that you can only take good pictures on expensive cameras. To reiterate, this just cost me 60 quid on eBay. It's an old GoPro, and by the way, I'm filming this whole thing on the same GoPro with a plug-in mic. I'll put link in the description to that. So let's have a look at what this looks like in colour. Oh wow, I wasn't expecting that. Look at this colour. That is really kind of subdued colour. It's almost sort of it's almost a Kodachrome look from the 70s and 80s. It's got that really weird tone, hasn't it? It's got a slide film sort of look. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting punchy digital colours, and it's giving a real. It looks like film, doesn't it? It actually looks like film. I'm going to have to try some more colour pictures now. This is Restaurant Gate Sailing Club, and this is almost at the end of the walk at Myla, but this is quite a famous sailing club because this is where Ben Ainsley was a member, I believe, and the multiple Olympic gold medal winning sailor. Not easy to say. Anyhow, there were some mirror dinghies here. Look, lovely red sails, and I couldn't help thinking that with this kind of misty sort of bluey greyness that they might look quite good. So I've just done a little picture there, and we'll see if the GoPro can capture the colour difference. Well, it hasn't captured the colour difference in the way I thought it would, but look at that Kodachrome vibe. It's amazing. Let's put a little bit of noise onto one, so we get looking like an old lens. Look at that. It looks like a 70s image. That's amazing. And another. Look, these are just straight from the camera, and it's got that super old vintage film look. That is, I just wasn't expecting that. Let's give it some colour. There's a boat with yellow sails. Oh, look at that. You just can't do that with modern cameras. It's a revelation. Look, if you want that film vintage look, what you need is an old GoPro, because look at the colour that it's giving you, a startling look. I'm amazed. I'm absolutely amazed. Okay, I've come over to this far end of the harbour, and what we've got over here are the old Falmouth working boats. Look at them. They look absolutely spectacular. Look at that, all these old rustic boats. These things weighed tons, and this is what they used to fish with, and they still race these. I mean, look at them. They're absolutely great, and I can't help thinking this is going to make a good picture. Is the GoPro going to be able to handle it? That's the thing. We'll try a normal, and we'll try a wide angle, and see if we can get a picture from the GoPro. Oh wow, look, I'm sorry, I really am sorry to repeat myself, but look at that colour. That's just not like a modern camera colour. You wouldn't believe this is a relatively modern camera. That could be a 60s image, couldn't it? Done on the wide look. Actually, it's not too bad. It has got a bit of distortion. I've corrected some of that, which is something you're going to have to do if you use the wide angle. It's way too wide. But let's have a look at another. Let's have a look at a couple of uprights. And again, the colour. Look at that one on the right. Look at the colour on it. It's just not something you see in modern cameras. But has it still got detail? Is the detail there? Let's zoom it in 300 times. Let's have a look. Wow, yeah. I mean, you can't set the focus yourself, but wow, the camera's doing a great job of it. That's amazing. What about a wide shot? Let's see how it gets on with this. It's not done a bad job of that. Again, the camera does a good job, but you have got to leave the camera to it. You've got no manual functions, but look at the colour. Look at the colour. Look at the colour. Can I stop saying look at the colour? I don't think I can. Look at it. It's like Kodachrome or wow. It's just so subtle. If I zoom this in a little bit, you can see the distortion on those masts. Look, if I go up them, you'll be able to see they're not exactly straight. That is correctable. I have on the original corrected that in Photoshop, but wow. I mean, this is just, you know, a little box that I'm carrying around and doing the filming on, and look at that on wide. Wow, I don't expect anything this cheap, anything this small to be producing images like this. And you know what's great is that it's, at this price range, it's available to everyone. You know, while some people are taking around it, you know, thousands of pounds worth of kit, this is just, you know, 60 quid. And look what it can do. Look at the tones on that. That is again, it looks like a vintage camera, doesn't it? It looks like film. If you put that picture in front of me and said, is this film or digital, I'd just say film every time. It just has those subtle tones and those you know, the cyans and magentas that are just what you associate with those old chrome films. The sun was out 2 minutes ago. Here's the deck chairs, look to prove it, and back to British summertime, back to the rain. We'll see if we can get some shots in the rain on the way back. And as soon as we started walking back from the harbour, I saw this lad skimming stones, and that's just such a lovely picture. It's just enjoyment by the sea, isn't it? And on the wide angle into black and white, just perfect. And then I found this couple sheltering on their little bit of beach, look, underneath their little canopy, tried to stay dry, and they were good fun, and they didn't mind having their picture taken. But it was raining, and in actual fact, my friend Paul, who I was with, couldn't resist joining them for a bit of dry under the weather. It was a good day, and they were great fun. We were walking the dogs, and they let us stay dry. So nice portraits. The GoPro's doing pretty well, I think. So let's battle on through the rain, and again, I filmed this on the GoPro. It's the only camera I've got with me today, that little tiny GoPro, so we're filming, and we're taking pictures too. And as the rain stops, look at those colours. Oh my goodness, you can't get that from another camera. What is it? What is the camera doing to create that effect? I'm actually going to be taking this camera out again just to get that effect. Let's carry on the walk. Oh, hello. There's a few friendly cows. Let's see if we can do a portrait. And look at that. That is me recovering shadows from the shadow detail on the cow. There's no flash on this. There's no sunlight on this. I literally did that picture on the GoPro and recovered those shadows. That's an amazing job from the GoPro. It really shouldn't be possible, and it certainly shouldn't look like a film camera from the 70s. You know, sometimes photography throws you a curveball, and that's exactly what I think this GoPro is. It was a curveball. I wasn't expecting it. I just thought, what a challenge it would be, a bit of fun to go out and take some stills on a GoPro, a camera that was thought by everybody to be a video camera. And I thought, you know, why not challenge myself and just take it out? And I didn't expect to get anything, didn't expect to get any nice pictures, but that colour, that 70s Kodachrome colour just blew me away. I wasn't expecting that at all, and I've never seen it written down anywhere. I've never read that these GoPros can take film-like old sort of colour pictures. So that was really great fun to find out. What's it like to use? Well, you can't zoom in with it. That is a bit of a problem. I would have liked to have zoomed into those red sails and got some nice pictures, you know, of the boats. I would have liked to have zoomed in, you know, in that kind of misty, drizzly rain and really highlighted it, but I didn't have that option. Basically, you've got a wide angle which gives you the full megapixel, but hideous barrel distortion, which I had to go into Photoshop and correct in the lens correction tool, or standard view. But that's not a different lens, it's the same lens, it's just using the middle of it, so cutting it out. You might as well use the wide and cut into it yourself, I suppose, really, because you've got the best of both worlds then. And as I say, if you do have the option to correct that, it's worth doing. The black and whites were not bad. The lens was pretty good, much better than I expected on the stills. You don't have the ability to focus. It's not always that easy to see what's happening on the screen. I would have loved to have got closer on a lot of times, but hey, for something as tiny as this, which you can just stick in your pocket, suddenly you've got video and you've got stills, and you've also got, it's worth remembering as well, that we recovered the shadows from that cow picture, and I wasn't expecting that kind of ability. I thought it would fall apart. You know, there was no flash on that and there was no sunlight on that, but we were able to get a really nice look on the you know, on the coat of the cow, of the bull, on the back and on the face, and it made for a really nice picture. So overall, what do I think? I think if you're just out for a bit of fun, and or if you're on a limited budget, one of these little things here is a definite good fun day out. Go take one out, go on, challenge yourself.